Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Blight League. In this episode, enjoy just mapping. Yep, just mapping. Enjoy! Okay, so for the maps, we have 31 towers. We've been sustaining them pretty easily with how much I've been juicing them recently and not messing up the maps at all. So what I'm going to do here is identify all the weird ones, then we're going to search magic, and we're going to clear them up. That one needed to be identified, my bad. So let's identify, scour, make them all normal, yeah, so that we can actually do things except for this one. So you take them down to normal quality so that when you chisel, you get 5% per chisel. If you don't have them normal, it won't give you 5%. You want them all to have 20% quality because it gives 20% item quantity to the map, which is really good, really helpful for items, loot, map sustain, everything. It's just good to have extra quality on the map. It's base quality, so obviously it's good. Why wouldn't you want it? It's only 4 chisels, dude. Think about it. The price of the chisels is so cheap, so after you chiseled all your maps, you could even see how you search 20 and it works. Okay, so now you can alchem. And then what people have pointed out to me, what viewers have pointed out, is if you corrupt, it doesn't actually, when they turn unidentified, it doesn't actually change the mods, it just makes it unID'd. And so you could here fix the mods before you unID them. So see how I took away the reflect fizz, right? Just with 2 chaos. And now we can search. And now there's literally no way to get an unID'd reflect fizz map. And so we don't actually have to use the gloves other than when I see one with reflect fizz, which now it will be a visible. This is reflect Ellie, which is fine, and then reflect Ellie. Ah, look at that, we got no reflect fizz in that entire batch. And so that's how I run them, or that's how I do my maps. And then you'd see like 130, 124. So you see these item quantities massive. 94 is okay, 78 is low, 75. You see how you get the low one, 78. You'll like get a few, 118. These unIDs are also insane. So 136. You also get a flat 30% added quantity for these unIDs because you roll a Sextant that gives you an extra 30% quant for unID'd maps. You see how that's 69, 118, and what's this one? 115 and 75. So there you go, and that's how you could sort your maps too. You have all the big ones, you have your smaller ones, and then you have your unIDs, and then you roll your Sextants, and you add your sort of scarabs and stuff. Okay, this is the Sextant section of mapping. So you open up your map with G, and then you click I to open up your inventory, because you can open up your inventory while you're looking at the map, and you can also move it by left clicking and dragging the atlas around your mouse. So right here, people. I obviously have talked about this throughout the rest of the video as well, but I guess in this portion, because I'm at the Sextant part, tower is located right here. I believe normally it's a tier 11, so it's eldered in this clip, and this is what I am running. So what I do is, if you put the tower map Sextant on, you see this circle? It shows you all the maps that are in range of the Sextant. So basically, you can Sextant all these other maps that are in range, and they will reach tower. So what it looks like is just these ones, right? But actually, this one that's barely touching actually counts. Do you see that? It's like not even over the middle part, and it counts. So apparently that's your 5th, so you can use a yellow. This one doesn't count, though. Do you see how close that looks? Okay, anyways. So you're allowed 1 yellow. One tip that I got told a long time, like the beginning of when I started to play, was leave the bad Sextant roll. So you see how areas can contain slipstreams? You should leave this, and then you should roll all your red ones first. So 3 red, and then I roll my yellow last. And apparently that's better, because now, like, I couldn't roll areas can contain slipstreams again, which is good. I negated one bad roll by leaving up this section. That's the tip that I heard before. I don't remember. This is just like a universal thing, but everyone says I don't remember who specifically told me. That seems okay. Additional corrupted monsters. Most of these you want more monsters. So these are useless. More monsters. Okay, and because we're doing a rare map, we get rare monsters and Abyss. So this isn't like the juiciest. So the juiciest Sextant roll that I found right now is there's one that Nemesis monsters drop currency items, and they were a lot. It was a lot. I added Nemesis to the map, and it was just every monster. It was really insane, and I think it's a red Sextant only roll. So that's why Tower. I started trying out red Sextants. People may have slept on red Sextants and how powerful the higher tier mod rolls that you can roll on your maps are. I played so much on the lower tiers like Burial and Alleyways that I wanted to try out red Sextants for once, and they're pretty cool, to be honest. I've made more from mapping than I did the Blight encounter, to the point where I want to skip Blight encounter if I play it. Anyways, I'll show you the mapping. So for this demonstration, I'll take this rare monsters each have a Nemesis mod. We should have more rare monsters because of the Sextant roll we got. Then we can take frag. So I like what I've been doing since we're late league right now, and pretty much every farming thing is super cheap. And the things that are expensive are the things that people want to gamble, basically. Okay, so Rusted Harbinger, Rusted Div. I've been using Rusted Ambush and Rusted Torment, and these are some nice, juicy things because they don't contradict any master, and then you can go and get your masters and use them, and you can add more Harbingers. So we added 2, we add another 2. It's a lot of Harbingers guaranteed. We have the extra divs, Torment, Ambush. So we just make a lot of Harbingers straight up. It's really juicy, and Blight's probably not worth it. But we got a new... Oh, I was going to ask, can everyone explain what the hell happened? I have new MTX that I didn't pay for either. So Infernal Footprints, Fiery Eyes, Glowing Red Eyes, this Fire Portal effect. They're all really amazing and really cool. I'll show you guys the eyes in game. One sec. This shit looks awesome. I don't know what happened. Look at this. Look at those eyes. And then, yeah, the portal. And it's all really cool, man. So yeah, the build, the way it plays, like I've mentioned a million times probably, but just for anyone who hasn't heard how the build works, basically, I am a necromancer. I walk around. The zombies are killing everything. I don't have to do anything, especially mapping. But if at any point I feel in threat at all, you can hold the right click or Q or W or the middle mouse button, and you will start cycloning. And Cyclone is where it's at, guys. Cyclone is pretty good. So basically, we activate with Cyclone a castle channeling setup that triggers Desecrate, making corpses. Then the Spirit Offering will consume the corpses, giving me and the minions a gigantic spell shield. Energy shield, as you see on the left. It fills up as I Cyclone. So pretty much the Cyclone button is I can't die, because basically if I do it during Uber Elder, I'm immune. So we can imagine that a map cannot be harder than Uber Elder, so don't worry, we're good. Whereas if I don't Cyclone and I like encounter some dumb stuff all at once, yes, I can die, only because the only other way to do the Spirit Offering setup that I did was cast when damage taken, and it's flawed because it doesn't get triggered by all damage, it's by hits, and hits aren't all damage, and then there's a bunch of shit that's like dots and ignite and bleed, and you have to interact with the game or you will die. basically. So that's how that works, just in case people were wondering. So, mapping on the character. The reason... I still haven't explained why tower. So, the reason why tower is... it has 2 div cards, and that's why we're doing the Rusted Div. It actually has the Nurse and the Wretched. So like I showed in that other video, in the 50 maps that I played, I had gotten like 25 the Wretched or something, and I was just using Rusted Divs and shit. It wasn't that bad, you know? Like, that was 1 day of farming the tower, and 25 the Wretched. Pretty insane, wouldn't you think? That's an additional good div card added to the map that other maps don't have. I don't know, I like the map layout, the fact that I don't miss anything, there's not really much backtracking. It feels good, it's all clumped, and I just add all the monsters and it's thick. I started to realize that like map thickness doesn't really matter, because if you use the right juice, so if you add the right monsters to the map, so not through like breaches and legions and shit, then you can use pretty much any map that you like, because layout doesn't matter that much, other than how you like running it. And then it's mostly about the drops, and we got these 2 nice div cards. Everyone knows about tower. This is nothing new. I'm not trying to like say I've created something. It's more like just for the people who don't know. Why? Because they ask. I have a lot of comments asking why tower, why Elder Tower, from that video when I showcased my 50 tier 16 blighted encounters. They were wondering why I was doing Elder Tower, because like it's a T11 map, so they're like, why Elder? Why Elder it? And I'm like, well, I would have wanted for the Blight encounters for it to be T16, so I'd rather run, at that time I was rather running Elder Tower. But to be honest, maybe the Guardian maps are the best thing to run, because the fragments are worth so much right now. And this is just an end of league like specific, like these frags went up, and it'd be convenient to go farm them really quickly. I want a Nurse. I'm just gonna do 1 map though. But yeah, this is mapping on the character. Super enjoyable, super chill. You can tell our HP basically doesn't die, so you can do whatever you want. It's super enjoyable. And this is like the top end of mapping. It's kind of crazy when you push a character and max it and do all this shit and take it deep delving. And oh yeah, the change. So I made a change because it was necessary. I had succeeded on another double corruption, so we have the +2 and the 74 armor while stationary. Had to use them in the build, dude. Gotta use them. So then, because I had to use these, I lost all the all res and the chaos res from the other boots, and the cannot be frozen. So I had to make a new skill tree. And so we have... It's really weird, man. So basically, as you can see here, I didn't go up here this time. I took off Wicked Ward. It was to save skill points. It gets me more int from this. Dex here is important. There's some number things. The all res I got from here was juicy to help me cap. We got this 19% life for 2 points, so it's 9.5% per point. It's insane amount per like a value. This one is 4 and 6, so it's only 5 each with the additional stats that it gives. And then yeah, I got 4 dex notes and a socket. It's pretty insane. So then we have, what is it, like 5 brawn now, 6 brawn. It was really hard to get to work, but 1690 instead of 1800. but we're fully, like, look at that, and then go to 92, and we're fully evenly capped, so we're wise oak, and then we don't have to run the movement speed stuff, so we're running our delving flasks, but in normal mapping, so we're really fucking strong. Like, this is stupid. It's dumb, and it's really enjoyable to have these boots in mapping. It's why I was trying to double corrupt them this entire time. They're just so insane, and I love them. Dude, these boots. Are they going to be tough to get next league when everyone knows about them, and Blight might be rare? Or are they going to do it right, and we can play Blight? I hope they're not too rare, man. These boots might be a very... Oh. Hey, bro, chill. The fuck was that, man? I can't die. Hit me once, started destroying me. That was nutty. Look at those mods. What the... Oh, that's the mapping. That portal animation. Did you see that? Dude. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. While I'm doing this search for the Shaper hideout, Celestial hideout, I made a new hideout. So we used, I found out that there's like 3 other kind of semi-rare hideouts that are just as rare as the Celestial, but you have, obviously the Celestial you have to run Shaper, which is way harder because it actually costs something. It's expensive to run and takes time. Each run takes people 5 minutes. It takes my build like 4.5, 4, depending on the mini bosses. But I made a new hideout with one of the ones that I found out was rare, so these are the hideouts we're currently at. We've done 130 Shapers. We're 130 Shapers in. So my old one was Excavated Hideout, obviously, and now we're using this Sunken Hideout. I found out the Sunken Hideout is semi-rare, so for now, new hideout, boys. We have a lot of shit to show, obviously. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I wanted to go over mapping, so I'll go over the rest of it after. Thank you to each and every one of you, including my Patreon and YouTube members who support the channel. So I'd like to thank all of you. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And I'd like to thank my Patreon and YouTube members, White Wolf, Tridnix, Biggest Lad, Steven, Last Fables. YouTube members, Garbar, Tridnix, White Wolf, Varkbone, Kirbe, John, Lelouch, Lamperu, and Dawid. Thank you guys for all the support. Bye! Next with the Celestial Hideout, hopefully. Please. Please. The next 5.